everybody, my name is Annie Bryson and we are here live from the Highland show. I'm standing outside the dairy ring, ring 15, where we've just got a fantastic class of cows right in front of us. It is a beautiful day here to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the show, and I'm actually here with Mr. Willie Fleming, a famous face to many of you in the dairy industry. You glad to be back at the Highland show, Willie?
Oh, delighted, Annie. Yep, it's great to be back and seeing so many faces that we haven't seen for so long, and then seeing cows brought out like this makes it all that bit better.
What have you missed most about the Highland show being off for 2 years?
Oh, just like I said, meeting all the people and maybe having one or two beers. It's always a good thing.
Hitting the beer tent later on?
Well, I'll see. I'm maybe getting a bit old for that, but I'll see.
No, there's a dance on tonight as well, Willie. I'm sure you would fit in.
Yeah.
You don't ever fancy showing at the show yourself, Willie?
Oh, we have shown occasionally in the past, but I've got to the stage I think I enjoy the social a bit more. So.
Yeah. And do you know our judge here today, Mr. John Garnett? He's all the way up from Carlisle,
That's
or
right.
Cumbria.
Aye, I do. I've known John for a lot of years, really. We used to compete occasionally in judging competitions, and John has judged all over the country, and I think even into Europe. He's a very well-renowned judge, and I'm sure he's doing a good job. You
think he is doing the right job? He got the class right there?
He's not far away anyway.
Willie, this section of our live stream is sponsored by Lely Robots. You have some Lely robots. Can you tell us a wee bit about them?
Yeah, they're a good robot. They milk the cows well, and they're pretty reliable most of the time anyway. And
what has been the biggest benefit you've seen then since you put your Lely robots in?
Oh, just the extra yield, I suppose, and the improved cow health, because the cows can be milked whenever they like, and there's less stress on them, so the cows are happier, therefore you get fewer problems. So, yeah.
And can you just sum us up, tell us a wee bit about the breed here, Willie?
Well, these were the Holstein breed, which I'm obviously pretty passionate about. They're the highest yielding of the dairy breeds, and this is the mature cow class that we have in just now. Top of the class, we have a cow called Logan Estate Jazz, who has won numerous shows throughout her career. I think she currently holds the All Britain title.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this
definitely a worthy winner in this class.
Today, as cow and milk having had 4 or more calvings. In first place, we have B&M Yates with Logan Estate Jazz. In second place, Bridgebridge Holsteins with Warner Hughes Seaver Nita. In third place is Donald Laird Colquitt's Samurai Molly. And in fourth place, we have Donald Lake Colquitt's Silver Camellia.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Willie. It's been great to speak to you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll maybe catch you later in the beer tent for a few.
All right, thanks, Annie.
Thank you, Willie. I think we'll now let the camera do the talking and show you some shots of the fantastic Holstein dairy cattle that we have here today. So actually, the third cow in the ring here, in fact the fourth placing cow, that is actually my younger brother, believe it or not. Younger but much taller brother who is leading that cow there. He's been staying here since Wednesday. I'm surprised to see him looking so fresh this morning.
She's got dairy strength, she's got angularity, and she's got cleanness of bone. The mammary system with a tremendous veining throughout, and she certainly walks on a great set of feet and legs, been flying the bone.
So, as Willie quickly said, the Holsteins are most recognised by their distinctive colour markings and their outstanding milk production. They're large cattle of black and white primarily, and they produce up to about 70 litres when they're in their peak milk production.
Probably the closest placing in the class.
A healthy Holstein calf would weigh about 40 kilos or more at birth, and a mature Holstein cow weighs up to 650 kilos, so well over half a tonne.
Just those pin bones just down a bit, but a tremendous cow in third. That's probably just strong enough in the teeth, but But in turn, placed over the white cow in fourth, just on her extra depth of fore and rear rib, and certainly the way she steps out on parade. But it's that extra depth of rib and height and width, more natural height and width of Mammary system.
Just coming into view now, that's my brother there carrying the green ticket, taking fourth place today. I'm very proud of him, walking with real stride.
The fifth carry advantage over the sixth. Just feels she's so much sweeter in her bone in those rear legs. Over a tremendous dairy cow in sixth. Probably hasn't helped herself the way she's exhibited herself in the ring today, but we can all admire that cow will be a great cow at home. Thank you.
Whilst we wait on our next class of cattle here, I'm going to pull in our producer Flora just to see how she's getting on with her day. Flora, how are you enjoying your day today?
It's all really good. It's going really well.
Managing to keep to time schedules?
We are, which is really, really helpful. We did have some of the Welsh cobs this morning, section D, that were obviously too busy having their breakfast, so they were late to the ring. So they did put us slightly behind schedule, but you know, we'll forgive them because they are so beautiful.
Prior to this year, had you been to the Highland Show before?
I have for many years. I've been coming. Always enjoyed it. Been a spectator, never sort of competed in the show. But last year actually, we were involved in bringing it online for everyone because of course we weren't allowed any sort of spectators.
But it's great to see so many people around the ringside today, isn't it, on such an amazing day, and I think it's only going to get warmer.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, last year we were sort of dotted around the whole site with cameras, and you know, we could walk to and from places, whereas it's been a really refreshing change and actually really exciting because the whole atmosphere has changed.
It's buzzing, isn't it? The whole place is buzzing.
I mean, for someone that's worked the Highland Show now 2 years running, to have had the difference between last year and this year, just having it back is just so important, and it's just been epic. And I think, as you said, the buzz has been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everyone's come for different things, don't they? I mean,
well, there's such a huge variety, isn't there? I mean, I don't think in all the years I've been coming to the Highland Show I've ever made it round the whole thing and seen everything that the show has to offer. So,
well, 100%. Actually, yesterday, my team and I, whilst we were out in the field filming, we grabbed some coffees and ended up getting some churros. By the way, they're very good. But I found myself in a part of the show that I didn't even know was there.
Yeah.
So it's almost like there's legs off everywhere with different sort of stalls that are open. You know, there's shopping to be done, there's food to be eaten, there's livestock to be seen. But it's been really awesome.
Yeah.
Really awesome.
And we have been so lucky with the weather, so that really makes the show, doesn't it?
100%. I mean, I keep saying to everyone, just make sure you're drinking water.
Sun cream on.
Or some form, sun cream on, some sort of liquid. I think.
I don't think that'll be a problem later on.
No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be it's prime sunshine, outdoor drinking of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. We
just
have
spied my dad over there actually giving
really?
me, I don't know if he recognises me.
Doesn't recognise you with the mic in your hand.
He's far enough away that he won't get interviewed today, I think.
You're the Young Farmer's version of Holly Willoughby.
Maybe, I don't know about that.
Come in to the class now in the Holsteins.
So I don't know, so later we've got you again, don't you? You're joining us straight up after this one.
Yeah, I'm back to talk about some Shetland sheep, I think, which is actually a breed of sheep I have never watched at the Highland Show, so I'm excited to get round there and see what's happening.
Don't worry, because I have, and I'm slightly obsessed with anything in small form.
Brilliant.
The miniature Shetland ponies, the pygmy goats, which we're also covering later on today. In fact, that is myself covering that. And yeah, so then we'll be going over to the...
No, I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be awesome. But looks like we've got some more Holstein cattle joining us in the ring, just taking their time.
I think this looks like our group of 3 competition, so each of the 3 in this class, they have to come from the same herd family.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's the same herd here, the Yates from down at Castle Douglas in this first group.
In the Ayrshire Rim, Gilmer's doing his preliminary line-up for the cow having 5 or more calvings. Just tap them out in order and pull them up.
So with the group of 3, is this to sort of showcase the quality of the herd that the farmers have.
This is the last of
That's the idea,
individual
yes.
classes, with a group of
The three that are brought out
next.
the best here today.
Then we go on to the
It's actually a bit of a family affair because
junior
where my brother's
champion
standing,
and
it's my
the
cousin
overall
that's leading the other Holstein in that group of three there.
Oh wow, okay.
So they've both been roped in. They're both 17 and keen to learn about the breed. So there's no better place to do it than here at the Highland Show. They'll have been practicing for months in preparation for this today. They'll have been leading these cows for a good number of weeks. They'll all have been washed and clipped this week. And they've probably been here since Monday, getting kept in the Highland Hall and getting pampered. As you can see, they're all turned out to perfection and there's not a speck of muck on any of them.
And the clip on them is very close. It's it looks very, very fine.
Yeah. The Holstein breed's renowned for being very feminine and dairy-like, and they really want to capture her best qualities, so taking all the hair off of her really shows the depth of her rib and the capacity of the cow, and shows how refined she is.
In first place in the group of three is Yates, and runner-up Donald Laird.
That's the rosettes coming out.
I think this year actually the dairy section have seen a rise in entry numbers in their cattle from the 2019 show, which is great to see. People obviously have missed turning their cattle out and showing off their stock. So for some people like the Yates here, they sell a lot of calves and things, and this is their shop window essentially to show people what they have. The genetics and the breeding, they put a lot of thought and money and time into their herd.
In the team, but strong top lines, dairiness, capacity, everything you're looking for in a group of three. Not only the match, but the three magnificent cows individually. It's difficult to place one over the other, due reasons for it, but I think it's just the
So
way
how
they
big
match,
is
the way
the
they
herd
carry
that
on,
your
so much
brother...
higher and wider in the rear.
My dad is
The balance,
milking 200 cows.
taking nothing
We're
away from
farming
his second
at
group
Les
of three,
Mahego.
which is,
We milk
great
our cows
credit
3
to
times a
Donald and
day
his team.
and have been doing that now for about 9 years and have noticed huge benefits to the cow's health. Milk yield over the years with our genetics has increased, and milking them 3 times a day as opposed to the traditional twice just relieves cows a wee bit more. These udders, they are bursting full of milk, and to get the most out of the cow but also look after her and hopefully promote longevity within the herd and cows lasting a wee bit longer, we milk them 3 times a day at home. So my brother just recently, he's come back home to farm. He's just 17, so he left school last summer. Very keen on showing. He bought his first calf in December, so the first of his own stock, and he's keen to get stuck in. And he's actually taking part in the Young Farmers stock judging tomorrow morning. So that's a very prestigious Young Farmers competition.
So, well, I think that's probably it from
Is that all we have time for?
us, yeah.
That went pretty quickly. Thank you everybody for joining us. Stay with us because we are heading over to the Shetland sheep, aren't we?
We are.
And I don't know what your schedule's like for the rest of the day, Flora.
Well, we're covering lots today, actually. So we're heading over to the Shetland sheep next. So you'll find our live footage starting from roughly around 12:30, depending on how temperamental those little sheep are. And then later on, we will also be coming back with Quack Commandos, which is definitely proving to be something
Sounds hilarious.
ridiculously popular. Everyone is talking about the Quack Commandos. I think there was a bit of a
First
competition as to who out the Young
3,
Farmers
2, 3,
was
1.
doing it.
who got to present it.
Brilliant.
Apparently it's great fun.
And that's
Anyway.
at 1:30.
Yes.
So stay tuned with us,
Second,
and
Mattison's with
I hope you've
Trout
enjoyed our wee
Beck,
video.
Skyfall,
Thank you
Avril.
so much.
Thank you.
Third place, Taylor.